Hey guys, it's Malika. Welcome back to the Mali Movement. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Malika and this is the Mali Movement, where we speak about growing, grinding and glowing consistently through evolution, entertainment and empowerment. Those are both my motto, my slogan that kind of just keep me going. And recently I've had to really just sit down and be Malika, grow, grind, glow, period, because people have been testing me. People have been testing me a lot lately, especially in regards to like my modeling. Like, I've had a lot of people questioning me and making me feel down because of what I'm doing, or making me feel like what I'm doing is making me somewhat less than. And I don't rate that. Like, empowering someone is when you give the power to someone else to feel confident about themselves or what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Empowerment's about bringing out that passion in other people. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people aren't self-empowered, so they don't know how to empower me, like, in what it is I'm doing. And for someone of my age and from where I come from to be doing nude modeling is something that's very, very out of the box. Like, girls don't do this, do you know what I mean? But I'm very confident, I'm very straightforward, I'm very body positive, I'm very adventurous and advantageous, and I'm very, very, you know, outgoing. So my nude modeling really is for me. But I'm gonna read a passage of a conversation. I actually posted it on Instagram. I'm gonna read a passage of a conversation and I'm gonna read what my response was, because I just felt really disrespected. Like, how dare you? Like, how actually dare you? Like, I've had worse things. Like, I've had people call me a prostitute. I've had people ask me if I'm on Pornhub, if I'm a babe station chick, if I want to get into Playboy, if I want to be a stripper. And to answer that question, there's been enough times I've wanted to be a stripper. There's been enough times I've said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do the whole shit. Like, but I haven't gone to that point because it's not the point I want to end up in. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all, because I know a lot of girls who do stripping, pole fitness and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a big fan of Black China for that specific reason. Like, when I heard that Tiger's baby mother was a stripper, I was like, oh, let's see what's going on over here. Do you know what I mean? Like, those things do engage people, and I feel like when I'm doing my modeling that I am being engaging towards people, but that I'm also being informative. So for people to come to me and ask me certain things like, oh, you know, don't I feel like I'm degrading myself? No, not at all, not at all. But I'm gonna read the conversation and I'll basically do like a voiceover on the actual photo itself. Yeah, let's get into today's video. If you lot are liking the crochet, because I've done crochet a few times, but I don't really keep crocheting because it's really hard to maintain. It gets really messy because obviously the cane rolls aren't hidden, so that gets really messy the majority of the time. I hope my hair hasn't been a mess this whole time, like that as well, trying to keep it, you know, not messy and whatever. But I'm enjoying the curly hair at the moment. I've been quite like down lately, so, you know, curly hair was kind of the way forward for me. I just thought, let's try something different, something we haven't done in a while, so crochet was the go-to. But yeah, I've had a lot of people ask me recently about my earrings. Yeah, my earrings say, can you read that? I don't know if you can read it. It says, I love my roots. And it's a black woman with a short afro and the black power sign as her afro. And I thought that was rad, like, to receive as a 20th birthday gift from my stepdad. Like, he knows me so well. Like, recently doing the modeling, I've had to make a lot of alterations to like my diet, just to make sure that I'm as fit as I want to be. I do try and exercise every now and again, and I try and experiment a lot with my hair, which I do anyway. But for him to buy me these, like, on my 20th birthday, I felt like I'd been reborn. Like, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually just reborn. And to see these just kind of reminded me of who I truly am, because that's who I am. I'm that girl that wears big hoop earrings, and I've always got my afro out because I don't care. Like, I love my afro. I'm not ashamed of how short my hair currently is, because I know where my hair can get to, and a lot of people who know me personally also know this. So yeah, I absolutely loved this gift from my stepdad. I just thought they were amazing. I thought they were beautiful. I thought they were so representative, and I feel like every black female should have at least one item of jewelry that represents her melanin. Like, I just think that's basic standard jewelry 101 basically. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys a conversation that I had on Snapchat a few days ago with someone that I was originally speaking to on Instagram. However, this conversation takes place on Snapchat. So this conversation was just let's get into it. So obviously I'm not going to tell you the guy's name of who it is I was speaking to, but before this conversation, we were having a fine conversation, like everything was calm, do you know what I mean? And then he was like, oh, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, cool. He was like, it's a sexual question. I was like, yeah, that's fine, because I'm very open about sex and such things. So he went on to ask his question, which reads, do you uck? For those of you who don't know what uck is slang for giving head, otherwise known as brain, but nobody uses that anymore. So my reply to him is, your vocab is so road. If you're referring to if I give head or not, yes, I do. And for those of you who want to try and come at me for giving head, I don't want to hear it. I'm a big tearing ass woman, and if I want to give head, I'll give head. Like, get over it. It's not affecting your life any more than it's affecting mine. We move. So his reply was then, sorry, when was the last time? So I said, a while ago. And he was like, do you miss it? Do you like it in your mouth? And I just thought, this conversation is going nowhere. Like, he wants to talk about sex all day. So I replied no and no with the yawning emoji, with some kind of expectation in my head that he'd change the conversation. However, he didn't. He then asked me, do you get horny? So I replied with, I'm a nude model, not a babe station girl. This conversation holds no intellect. Like, what more am I even meant to say? These type of conversations here are why a lot of people look at me and think that what I'm doing is something vulgar or crude, when actually it's artistic, it's classic, it's subtle. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's art. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that, especially men, because in their eyes we are just a sex object and we are here just to procreate. But that doesn't mean sex is the only act I want to succumb into with a man. Yes, I am a full-fledged nude model with more or less all my bits and pieces on show, but that does not give you the right, and you shouldn't feel as though you can have the audacity to ask me what I do with my mouth. Like, you don't even know me spiritually. We haven't had an intellectual conversation. We haven't even been out and done an activity together, but you want to know all about my body, and you want to know all about what I can do with those hips or what my mouth can do. Like, boy, bye.